Hi guys, welcome back to another Bobby FPS video. Most importantly, thank you guys so much for checking out the Delta Force content and just checking out my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I used to post and will continue to, hopefully in the near future, post a little bit more about firearms. If you scroll a little bit down into the YouTube, I do post firearms and suppressors. That is something I really like talking about and showcasing. But recently it's been more gameplay and just games in general. So that's just a little introduction of that. But today, as you can probably tell in the title, we're talking about Delta Force. A couple months ago, I would say around January and December, I was posting maybe one video a week regarding Delta Force because I was so impressed with the game and I was enjoying it thoroughly. Just because it was kind of that Battlefield itch that I really had. And, you know, Delta Force was doing such a great job in the beginning, posting content, making those kind of fixes that they needed. And most importantly, there was just so much weapons to use, which was kind of some fresh air compared to the previous Battlefield where there's like, you know, couple guns in each class. So it was just so refreshing having all those guns to play with and tinker around with, and just the progression of leveling up all those guns was really enjoyable, honestly. All right, so basically in this video we're going to be talking about content in this game, Delta Force. There's a few other YouTubers, but the one that I can think of, and maybe you guys have heard of him if you are like me and you came from the Battlefield scene, is going to be Enders. He used to post a lot of videos regarding Delta Force, and his content has stopped regarding Delta Force because he is in the same boat I am. Is this game, Delta Force, has just stopped with all the content. There's no more little updates, no more fixes. You know, it's basically from, when did the new season come out? I believe January or late January. The new season 3 came out, and basically from then to April, end of April, so 4 months, there's been no new content until recently when they released season 4. And ladies and gentlemen, they released 2 new guns, I believe. And then most importantly, they released 2 maps. But here's the kicker. They're not actually 2 new maps. They're maps already in the game, and all they did was turn the brightness down. So now you're playing in a basically darker map. You're using NVGs and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'd really call that a new map, but you know, at Delta Force here, that's a new map. 2 new maps, in fact, which is just crazy to me. So yes, Delta Force really was going strong in the beginning. You know, it's hard to carry that momentum for so long, and they were doing a good job. You know, they were listening to people in the beginning, and then eventually they kind of slowed down on releasing content. And you know, us players, you know, we're kind of picky when there's so many other options to kind of play. We just stopped playing. I know the operations side is still doing pretty well, but the warfare, bad. It is not looking too good. And I tried playing it just a little bit when I updated it to play the season 4. I mean, the game feels the same. There's no new changes. I know they, in fact, actually buffed Luna. That is the recon girl with the crossbow that pings everyone. It's super annoying. So it's just crazy to think, you know, how this game was doing 6 months ago, and the devs were listening to people and giving us, you know, they were taking our feedback in, and now they are no longer. And it's just kind of sad to see this game die, but it's going to be like, you know, XDefiant, and then kind of like the cycle is just, you have to be always pushing updates and listening to your players, because without the players there's no player base, and eventually you will lose, you know, the money, and then of course you can't pay your developers, and then you have no game. I think the saving grace for Delta Force is operations. That seems like the extraction shooter is making them money and holding and just giving them a little bit of money, but I think the traction on the warfare side is completely dead. There's no one really watching. I think there's very little people streaming it just because it's not fun, and it's the same game it was 6 months ago when it released in December. So that's basically the update. Unless I would love for Delta Force to release some new content that isn't basically recycled or with the brightness dimmed and then them claiming it's a new map. Like, that is not a new map. You know, you guys have a ton of assets that you could have used to make a new map, but they didn't. So it is kind of a slap in the face for us, quite honestly. So, you know, if you want to give Delta Force another go, let me know if you guys do. If you guys are still playing, I'd love to hear that in the comments. If you guys are genuinely still playing this game after basically 4 months of no content, the game is, I assume, has to just be stale. So that's just going to be the little bit of the why I stopped playing this game, and I assume why so many other creators have played. I would love for Delta Force to drop some new content and, you know, give us Battlefield players that itch back, you know, playing. But I guess we'll have to wait. You know, hopefully the next Battlefield will be better, and bet your ass I'm going to be posting a lot of content regarding that. So until that, if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, sharing. It does tremendously help the channel. And if you are new here, welcome to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.